United Kingdom wono ena ye ne ba bedi nkomo ye komo no ba bi e begyina pa a ye be kasa ache eye aban radio so his excellency dia todwa say aban we MPP aban we aye na adwen say oba force ne ho e dia se Ghana for kon wa bra wonim pa say Ghana for apono ni enti o kasa asem wa bra me mena kwa aba no obechire mo honorable akwa aba bi o
mejo so Kwame ba Minkah kentie etie for ni ahwefo
yeah
they can ba ha check.
That's right.
Some of us I am pese that Daniel radio so the young ones no can doing that. But if you're gonna do sisi no you move bin man find one jima these people will try and steal an election.
Hey for Ghana drew. And
Oman Atenase, I mean life is so difficult for people. In the papers near now.
Yeah. And every person on.
Almost the Ghana apprenticeship program launched.
Yeah. 7
years going on to the final 8 years. Most the NAPCO by a guye. All campaign AO. They tell lies. They know they cannot perform. They will start something. Now at Pascal.
But so what should be say?
Oh, should be say.
One year cry. And Abakas one year.
Yet Nahana say she should near Masina stop one. I mean Nengu. Is that how we want to run our country for 8 years? Go and see the roads accessible, baby P. They lie to us. They know. You see, you come up with lofty policies. Free SHS. Who doesn't want free? Who doesn't want free school? Everybody wants. This is in our constitution. But as to how you implement it and sustain it, and no one's any year can. Free SHS, you know, problems are what we see. But you see, before you implement a good policy, you have to think through it. You have to have a strategy for implementing that good policy. They don't think through. Almost sorry, they say, oh, can they remember Ghana for Atwabama?
But even with the free SHS, you don't say, I come on, your crank, come on, Sassy, a crack. Can crab a beke fee wabra, womunko suku, and I'm siketria, and as a sikebia, ne mamia, ne wofabini.
Constitution, the framers of the Constitution almost say, "Omun say to me yes, kaprekope, and from Kodania and go school." Population was increasing, and Tiamoka say progressively. And say you 2 year book, they put all the infrastructure in place before we can put the children, halfway infrastructure. I say they will sit down.
Yeah.
No one to foundation.
Yeah.
Who this is a bugu what to scale.
Yeah.
And the problem with this particular administration and the Baumia government, they decided say you have propaganda. We'll throw lofty ideas at the people of Ghana, all in the hope that excite Ghanaians near to Obama. Yes, every politician or every political party the world over, you need to say things to the people which would make them give you the vote. Who are Jimpa?
Yeah,
and the hope, giving them hope, it may happen. But they know they don't have a strategy to make it happen. They haven't thought through the whole process.
Because,
yeah, but of course.
But how could they have prevented the situation? And could any be brain and sika omo mama ni omo papa ninti omo nyanko school. You see, how could they have prevented?
You see, I don't blame even just one government. Leaders. That's why we need competent leaders, people with foresight and vision. Would the policies be bad? Ghana for genuinely, mark my words, genuinely want to help Ghanaians and not fill your pockets. You come up with a policy, you have to think through it. We have a serious policy think tank for NDC currently. They are working hard. I know where they are. I know what they are doing. 24-hour economy nearby. It was, it was seen as something that you have to think through the whole process and how it was going to help Ghana for. Nipa bebre omu ni adwuma. Emabunu bebre omu wie sko omu ni adwuma na ye pese yakwama no ne because enema nkoye wo Ghana.
Yeah.
We cannot afford to continue to do that. In any case, population has been increasing. From independence, when we were about 4.5 million people, we are 30 million plus. So my position is, you want good leadership, which has a foresight. Say, you better sama Ghana for, and our constitution is say, you're progressively free senior high school education.
Yeah.
how we're going to do it and sustain it. It is not just implementing it and then agenda
It's
pass.
how no money.
They don't know. Ube Kaya, President Akufo-Addo, then candidate, he was asked this question on Hard Talk.
Yeah, Hard Talk, yeah. Steven Saka.
Simple. You said you do, free SHS, and Ghanaians are excited. So they ask you a simple question.
Sika say na the bear.
He had no idea.
Was it no on person
Oh, wait, no. Oh, Johnny he didn't expect that question. And that is why those who managed him did not do well. You put him before the microphone on a policy. We say a flagship. That's why you don't have figures. What do you mean that you tell Ghanaians first? What are you talking about? You are talking about the policy. So, what can I say? Yendin komo. Na min kacha mano we are seeing man saying say, with the good policy be back Ghana. And he, at the same time, trust say I'll be a very good leader for Ghana. First question, you had no idea. They asked him about the numbers. He had no idea. So what kind of policy is that? That means you haven't thought through it. Its implementation will become problematic. But of course.
But not review.
What do you call it?
Improve.
Review. I find it so strange. We want to even review our constitution. Constitutional Review Committee was set up. What does review mean? It means look at it again and see where you can tighten some loose ends and refine or retune something that you want to do. Look at it. And look at it does not mean whether we can go from A to Z without any problem. And anywhere there's a problem, you have to look at it again.
But also say NDC can review no patches
of they have made,
because of the way I'm more opposed to the program.
They have
said you know more opposed to 24 hours economy. No,
they told World Bank. They told World Bank that they will review. They said they will review.
Yeah.
We have a serious policy think tank somewhere in Accra.
Yeah.
They're thinking through. These are not just if you like hardcore NDC people. These are experts and professionals. All who are patriotic to this country. They want to see Ghana break progress. They don't want to join NDC. They don't need to take position in government. But they think if you put this thing together, Ghana will make progress.
But MPP can say, said ye. Check 24-hour economy. Rossamo Cramon Tiasie. Omo Casa said ye. Monsobra Namu opposition. Namo Casa for free SHS. When they remember
Debbie.
Is that not the case? When they remember,
bro, yeah, the real Hussein.
NDC MPP.
Debbie. It is not NDC. Look, if President Mahama talks about something, and I think we haven't done good work at it, I say, Unia, how are we going to implement it? Don't come and just, as a politician, make promises you cannot deliver. At least, President Mahama, he's coming back again because we believe that he is the one, having even come out and looked at things from outside. Maybe he has found things that he could have done better.
Was it maybe?
Maybe. He's coming back because he believes he can do better than this current administration. He believes it. If he didn't believe it, he won't waste his time. But he thinks that I owe it to Ghana to do better than what this government has done. He was putting things in place. We see some of the major infrastructure and other development that have taken place and other policies. All kono ojesikapo eto ho said the Ghana next abano ebetumi de aye bibi aye improve this country's situation. Yeah. Into the make can say because here the real one it doesn't as politicians and political parties we come up with ideas.
Yeah. That
is why people will vote based on assurances and the policies that you come up with sound good.
Yeah.
The people who vote, there are breadwinners who can tell their families, as soon as we will GDA war, the all can't say the boy Ghana. In terms of jobs, and no country do they toy with jobs. Because when how are they going to survive?
It's not only 24-hour economy now.
24-hour economy is one major flag policy of the incoming administration, John Mahama administration. We've always had it in our age, but to highlight it and make it major, when we put together this policy think tank, they saw we had it, but we should highlight that one. Because when you're able to give people jobs and they have money in their pocket to look after their families, their children, needs, education, health, put a house and everything, good salaries paid to them, why would they worry government?
How different is it from a other youth oriented programs and also the
you see, a lot of those ones, are government funded. This one, we are asking private sector to sign on onto the 24-hour program. Yeah, when they sign on, it means they will take care of the people they are going to employ. Okay. Government will give them some tax reliefs and other incentives to motivate them, to encourage them, and to say, if we're going to run 3 shifts in the 24 hours, but currently we're running only 1 shift. We're going to have, if you like, 200% more people to be gainfully employed. We are saying we're going to give you incentives so you will do those things. Tax relief here, one of those things. You reduce my overheads, I will engage more people. We can offload people from the ministries now who are redundant or not doing much because government's payroll is like that. And when we get them and then the private sector picks them, we have lowered the cost of government payroll. So the private sector, we encourage you with tax, those reliefs and other incentives. And remember, why you're comfortable in engaging those people to work for you to increase production, where we can, if we're exporting, let's say 10%, maybe we'll export 30% or more in the, if we engage more people. That is the whole idea. Some of the burden of government can be picked by the private sector if you encourage them. So the 24-hour economy, the principal aim is to give jobs to people. But who are going to give the jobs and pay them good money is the private sector. We government cannot do those ones. What I say, it is a worker say, why yes, there were times we were trying to use all manner of ways to help. But if the government wage bill is too high and expenditure is too high, we're always marking time. We're not moving forward as a nation.
And MPP wa bemu. And there was Shebo say Ghana for 50,000 and I will babe momo and Sadu Newman Tete. I didn't think that Maminji, the political party, or Abemuno. I didn't think that Maminji need the Indi.
Yeah, but who's going to pay for that one? It's a common wage bill. What's it? I won't be received job skill. The money is supposed to come from government. In my case, we're giving the thing to private sector, encouraging other employers to employ Ghanaians. So we offload, we reduce our wage bill. This one, I am even wondering whether the World Bank is going to be happy with it depends on how much it's going to cost to do this project. So telling people, we will give you jobs. Government give you jobs, it means we are increasing our wage bill. Is that what we want to do? Is going to end up with very high.
No,
but you're going to spend money to do it. And the government doesn't have money to do those things. So you're going to end up with those giving the apprenticeship, say government Diomoka. NAPCO is a classic case. They took them to Independence Square and made all the fanfare. How did NAPCO end? They still own this kind of government they are charlatans.
But at the end, it's just somebody in the crane. Because
position. Who don't say government money in count? They can't say
no. It's not about baby as can be free. It's not about private.
It's
about promises now, woman. And then it's just a wood
we are saying we will encourage people to sign on to the 24-hour economy by giving the private sector businessmen incentives.
I get that. But at the end, it's just a woba obey.
And let me say the difference here is that we're going to use government money here in the 50,000 job skills that they don't can count. But the government doesn't have money. If you continue to increase our wage bill, the government doesn't move forward. We're always in trouble that our expenditure is too high. And we make some of these policies and the money is not even available. Now we're under IMF.
Yeah.
So they're controlling us more or less. Yeah, can say, if it makes sense, you buy into it. You can only promise, but you promise something that makes sense. A viable project is that we're going to encourage private sector. There are private businessmen in Ghana who want to be encouraged. They've been complain so much that the government, if their taxes here too high, and a custom duty, and a this and that, and them are too high, and my end to mean cost. About say if you sign on to that one, will reduce the pressure on you. What I say, it means that you will not have to pay government taxes. Sometimes because there's tax holidays. You see, I schooled in Wales in the United Kingdom. Wales used to be a port city. Ships for coal unkwana no mutu ye JBDA coal area heating.
Okay.
It's like JBDA.
Yeah.
That town was a dead town. So UK wanted to encourage that country to the Wales. Yeah, Wales to pick up. Particularly I'm talking about Cardiff.
Nakechi.
South Wales. The only way to do that was to encourage investments into that place. A more tax holiday, 10 years. What I say? Okay, Wales is here. And Japanese in industry, they all went there because Yamawa Ase. They wouldn't and there are a lot of workers there. So they got people to do the currency, car production, assembly plants, this and that. Exactly. You must encourage individuals, private people. If the government takes on too much load, to me, run the country.
You see, more cancer same way was Sabre ya. Yanya manophobia, you know, Martina, for the past 7 to 8 years. Omwashabwa, omuni sure. It's a magana for the brain. Omunia rechemu, our manophobo.
Well, not all that, because in your time, and say, John Mahama, you wouldn't pay. You made more animal to you, John Mahama. You used to a power situation in Kwapo.
Okay.
He inherited issues and big challenges from previous administrations, you know, that's been passed on up to now. And maybe Kwana suffer for bomb fire or
That's right. 2007. Yeah.
It's funny. You can even pray here to God to ask for that. You didn't have to go and do all that charade. Just like they are doing to that big hole in the Accra. What I'm trying to say is that the NDC abaye by John Mahama and Wayebi Peng or Shebo say, I will fix this problem. A power situation. It was a headache for our government then. The Ghana phone is a GDN cause what of a problem at Kasia Brian. We try to explain that we inherited challenges. No, not much capacity to produce the power in our electricity and all that. He said he would fix it. And that as I speak, everybody adjust to, including MPP. So, he fixed it with overcapacity. They even suggest that overcapacity.
Excess capacity.
They are saying that because of that, I'm not in a moon to mean
down.
No. The problem is that the capacity now, this year, we're supposed to have excess capacity. But if you don't pay the IPPs, I'm supposed to withdraw. I'm going to withdraw. We drop like 500 megawatts at one go, like Asogli did with us. And then the issues come in. But these people have squandered the money. The money that Ghana government had. You be someone down. What have you done with the money? So they withdraw. Matisse a car park quite threatened somewhere called.
Sir?
Yeah, Matissa. But these are going to be major challenges. That is the capacity that we had thanks to John Mahama and his foresight. The next stage, if he had stayed on 2016, was to follow the 24-hour, to create private sector, now your lower tariffs in terms of electricity. Say if you are running the 3-shift system now, maybe the night lower, friends say tariffs. People will work around the clock. And when you have more people employed, it leads to a higher production. We can export things. It's higher incomes. there's so many benefits to this particular project if it is implemented well. And this one, it is not government who's going to pay. Because government going to pay me that revenue, baby, but I say they could.
But I'm crank
that's what you call it. Yeah. There are so many people who want to be encouraged to engage Ghanaians to work for us. We cannot bring foreigners to come and work for us here. There are young people who have graduated who don't have jobs.
Okay, so me tell say, mama handling of challenges, you know, is different from a band way, you know. But for instance, you for Kanye do me a question and say, you won't come on. And I will catch us, ECG catch us, say, what transform on a swayama, fuse blue, about over 560, and we won't see a nuntina, ye dundum Kanya. Number 2 explanation. Every a year, former Deputy Finance Minister, as I say, will call presidency or Honorable Abena Osei. And now no appointment committee was a illegal connection. I can't be. It's in a Kaniano, ye dundum. How do you see omo way or more handle Kanya dundum situation?
And this is kind of credit Ghana for. They are not telling the truth. Who monitor Sona, President Kasano, or mention your friend is saying Doomson issue, not trying to ridicule us.
Yeah,
he said it hasn't happened in his time. For the 7 years, it hasn't happened. In fact, the day he was saying in you are talking gibberish. I do my Japanese. But the moment he said that, then he made reference to financial challenges. But he didn't link it. The capacity is there. That's a lie. If electricity is saying anything, it's a lie. It is no. There are not things that have existed all along. Illegal, look for them. If there are leakages, they look for them. If the power leakages, sometimes when in transmission, they lose some. These are all like technical things. Illegal connections have existed from time immemorial. Ebinu silent akoye kiosk ebinu cheap power. Oko pay bribe to an ECG technician. Ni abet cheap power more. Never pay bibi amano. These are illegalities in our society. The indiscipline in our society. I will talk about the indiscipline. Enemy patches say.
Yeah.
If you do illegal connection, that means you're not paying ECG.
So
but you are taking power. No, but yes.
Yeah.
But if the illegal connection is done by an ECG employee, because who responds the correct connection, so they bring a technical person who is an ECG employee to do the illegal, and then they pay him. What I say. So he takes it in his pocket. That's selfish, unpatriotic nature of some Ghanaians. My pocket, not the nation's pocket. No, the coal. Then the guy is drawing electricity for free. So now, they existed before any government came into office.
But what you say? Illegal connection, ECG, they lose
they lose some.
It is lose better than with
but it is his duty. Is it my duty? Hang on. As a citizen of this country, if I'm patriotic and I don't go do illegal connections, somebody is doing illegal connection, you have been charged with the responsibility to overlook a particular, if you like, sector. Let's say that is a challenge for you, and you are not dealing with it. You come and sit in parliament and talk nonsense. It's illegal connection. Deal with the problem. I don't understand. As a police, you be we are and we are there. We police, you are the complex and or mine who buying. The bear or being encouraged trouble or commit a crime. That is a crime. They were stealing some the
cables.
And they will jail you. It's an unpatriotic act.
A current situation where a call for a timetable. You see, and you say, you remember your timetable.
It is our kind of crano. And it is our kind of crano. Okay, say Muhammad did to say, I'm taking responsibility for it.
So I bet you transform and
I will fix it. That's what Muhammad said. One can say, oh, I've been a year and media with him, baby. Baby, I'm buying on TIDS on kind of crano. They cannot pay for gas. Dwabo is one of them. I have insights into some of these areas. People will call you and tell them, Master, no crying. They don't want to tell the people the truth. They are not paying for the gas.
You be here timetable.
But of course, you should tell the people and save people. When him say, it's a power, a cobas. Some people lose their property. I mean, like electrical appliances and what have you, fridges, freezers, I don't know, other gadgets you have at home. But people nobody switches off and switches on his fridge every day. It's so all the time.
Yeah.
But sometimes a call, to me, fight back. What what I say? Until the me say, just be good to the people. When you tell them the truth, they would accept the truth. We had Doomsaw. John Mahama didn't say that we don't have Doomsaw. Doomsaw, Ghana for a coin is a terminal. It means that they put you doom.
Yeah, you doom.
Yeah,
you doom.
Yeah, there's a problem, and they said it. We didn't have enough capacity then. He said, "I'll fix it." So he fixes it. Then you come into administration using the same Doomsaw to destroy and tarnish the government of John Mahama so badly that the people of Ghana believed it, that we are Messiah. What's his submission? On your last legs, you are telling us that you haven't had Doomsaw when we are in it. He didn't even explain it. All he said was that he hasn't had Doomsaw.
Yeah, and America said, Oma Afo Majumano, to say ECG, ne, and finance minister, almost in your Doomsaw. Also, we're not yet Doomsaw because a duration in yet 4 years and it's a Mahama pencil.
For how long? I don't know. We all notice it. We are all experiencing it. I have slept in one till morning before because my generator failed that day. And they say, no I can't check Ghana for. Who catch any pack? No, I can't say, I'll do something about it. But they don't want to accept it because we are going to an election. And there's a fear that if we accept that we have ended up in Doomsaw again, people will ask you, first of all, do you have sufficient capacity? That one you can't lie because it's there. We have excess or extra capacity. So what is the problem? Because you're not paying them. Asogli came out, I was so happy they did. The Chinese saw that they won't take any nonsense like that. What the what's the supply? And the supply. Bam 500 megawatts off. And to say, yes, start to see a drop it apart. You see, because power in your transmitter and one see a share. Until you do more. Then give us the timetable. Say you be doing this week and then I know what to do. Put off my machines or whatever it is. We have a problem in this country about leadership. People should be truthful. They should be patriotic. Care for the ordinary man. The ordinary man is unable to rule this country or manage. So they go and vote for you to come and lead us in the hope, based on what you have told us. Say Obayama Ghana. It sounds sweet in our ears. A bed fine. Ghana there. That's what the Nakufado told us before 2016. We are in 2024. 8th year. 8th year.
Yeah, 8th year in here.
Where are we? He doesn't care anymore. President Kufuado, if he's listening to me today, he doesn't care anymore. He shows it by body language. To me, that kind of a Independence Day celebration. And I know we have a problem here. If he's tired and he cannot run the country, he should say so. And that brings me to a situation where I think, Ghana Constitution, we have to look at it again.
Because I also want say no about me bay.
What best is the next 8 months in the Ghana for Henry Ebo, we suffer because you have your incompetence, your ineptitude, and you suffer. This country belongs to all of us. It doesn't belong to political parties. It belongs to Ghanaians. 30 million Ghanaians. We are Koda, we are Penny, we are Berwo. We are Ghanaian. So you have to have a fair share of the national cake. The main is there. Constitutional, if we don't deal with that problem. And I think we should introduce, and this is just a suggestion, it's my own mind. We should introduce your friend is vote of no confidence in our constitution. It doesn't matter whether it's John Mahama or it's whoever.
Vote of no confidence
in the leadership, in the president. And they'll be said, will be say, oh, but we don't have that, but we have impeachment. We can impeach the president. So yeah, be any correct. Parliament may take its decision. Yeah. So vote of no confidence, the administration of government. That vote of no confidence, no. So the Kaya MPP for do not be voted any finance minister.
Yeah, can offer it.
It's unprecedented, but they said it. But within seconds, you know, now that is unpatriotic act. They should have stood their ground. But you see, I know, maybe you do know. I say you share it to an amombia for the future. For the future, a buyer or tear there so. And Niema Koyet said the ISCC ya. Omuji Parliament for Mujitum, you are representing the people of Ghana. Umpesia sooner the more representative go for. Na say Enyama Bonia Ekoswa Abayan under this government. You're not happy about it. Would target a finance minister? No, it should have been the government. And I say you introduce another angle into the constitution where the president should come maybe every month.
Said the whole UK, no?
UK to come and answer questions in Parliament.
But
himself.
But your system, no.
No. I said that's what I'm saying, that our constitution should look at.
Okay.
Including something like that. In your system, Asama, you cannot be running away. Go and answer questions to the people's representatives. In your zona, you throw every month.
It's open Westminster system. No?
I mean, with the whatever system, the bottom line, yes. Why we had Prime Minister Buzia before and we had the president. Wasn't that the same system?
It is serving our open.
Me penny say.
President.
Whoever the leader is must be answerable to Parliament. He must come.
But in this case, your leader of government business, our Parliament, or say chairman.
I'm not suggesting the leader. The president, the leader, the number one person, the first gentleman, must be answerable to the people of Ghana. He cannot run and hide behind his minister.
But one of the appointee
may say, I'm only suggesting that we should put it in our constitution.
Okay.
I'm not suggesting you do it now because our constitution.
You mean the system when
your constitution does not make. Yeah.
There was to see a nyejuma.
And tell them what if you make a leader account to the people, you make him responsible for the economy and answerable to Parliament. Because Parliament represents the people from constituencies. You know? So the people's representatives are answering to Ghanaians. That's what I'm trying to say. There should be something in our constitution that forces the president. When the Parliament are not happy with something, there's too much noise in the country. They should ask him to come to the house. The speaker will bring him to come and stand, and they will ask you questions. The people will be more comfortable if certain serious questions are. Radio Suniti they make our head. President was Mrs. Masuka, the Mokan Kwame say if he's brought there, I don't know this is answer now. He will hold his ministers to work better. Because one year with Jumaya, minister make answer or he will probably can go with his minister, but he would have to talk. I think the constitution itself, needs to be a shaky review. You shake that particular up. Some people say that they give too much power to the president, and you see one issue. Another thing that Professor Mills, I remember saying that why should I take all my ministers from Parliament? I mean, most of the ministers from Parliament. And you see a matter that came up during that review. He was the one who asked for that review. What I'm saying is that the problems we are having in our country today. The president is hiding. Sometimes he goes to do a media thing and he takes swipes at his predecessor or to take swipes at Ghana and say, this is an family who be NDC and Yamasem.
But said, Obejam Brasha Begrafie to say you're walking. And the NHS as swipes won't take it. That child will trouble the opposition for him.
When they put him before the House, any member of Parliament can take a swipe at the president. When you're in the house, I've seen it in other parliaments. They will tell you that you have been a whatever. You didn't do attempt, but you better catch us. Say you are not running this country properly.
But they no, didn't be free, maba.
Look, when you give you a responsibility. Kwame, what you hear program let's say the the owner of the company.
That's right.
Master, only Master Smith if every time you have to go and answer these questions, you will hold me in a say that we'll do the right thing so that you can answer to the top person. In this case, Parliament, the people's representatives, they matter more than the person that were put there. So he should come back and answer. He shouldn't just wait for someone I know about can the person or cannot call or coffee or quada. It shouldn't work like that. It is a proposal from me. My suggestion is that we should be able to bring the leader to the house.
Okay.
When we start doing those things, people will sit up.
Yenkasamfa your sovereignty once say, oh my Ghana, say ye dear. Nanseya anti-LGBTQ bray. Yamra sebja for passe. Sebekwa koda mampenyenim. Anu eba ne say asam no wan rebeko court. Etime to be boase. And I say finance ministry. Say grad abinam ye hunu say na ye omuntem nkomo no mudie. Aye omuntem nkomo which is internal memo. And command no mudie ne say say oh my Ghana jisamra ni tuma. Ye sika bi betima boy. Aye 3.8 billion US dollars budget support. His Excellency, at the end of Kafa on my Ghana, our your Maya what dinner home. I was what you're not dear. Any baby I have a dream.
Which
LGBTQ, Mray.
I've had opportunity, many foreign embassies, ambassadors,
yeah.
Omuji tum say, culturally, maybe it is not within our culture as a people. Omu how say punishment side no. That's what they told me personally. Punishment near harsh. That was what the diplomats were telling me. That if you're going to criminalize or jail people now, for them no, it is a human right. Maybe some say more the Americans.
Kroya.
Years back, you refer to people in this business of gayism as cuckoos. I just say, America. Somehow, some people manage to use the legal process 10 here and there and make it a human right. Ubia Bodama,
Yeah, Sabia.
Sabia.
Psychiatric hospital.
I think we should also maintain that it's a mental area, a dream area, because it doesn't make sense. But if you want to say that, oh, because we believe in human rights, Obia what the human right, they call it human right. And the human rights in there, we're all signatories to human rights. This one, we shouldn't call it a human right. To say if any this is my position on it. They used to do that. They didn't used to even allow gay people to enter the U.S. armed forces. It's on record not too long ago.
Yeah.
But some people have lobbied in their countries. Don't come and foist it on Ghana. I have told them time and again, you can't force Ghana to accept your culture or your cultural beliefs or whatever you think. Human rights, ewoho. Yen prima obi NG obi nkwanfri. It's against human rights.
Yeah.
He has a right to live and freedom of speech and other things.
Yeah.
But in this particular one, apart from the fact that culturally is unacceptable, we ourselves, we can't even handle our health bills, let alone go and introduce more yare. What I say. And if you say, a friend saying, young men passes our bill, no, because
yes, I think a boy.
Free
World Bank. Me wa krata bi enu eche say baby sabeko.
Oh no. They mentioned those things that a lot of the deep pocket investors, they see a attractive investment. Some of them believe in that thing.
So investment.
Well, World Bank money coming. Investment. I mean, if somebody wants to give money to Ghana, it's an investment.
Benya World Bank more.
Oman Atenase Bank more. They didn't mention that to me. Now,
they don't know a finance ministry.
Since they passed that bill to go for assent from the president, I have seen statements from the U.S. I'm sure you have seen some. Within that the statement, there are threats. In fact, I was told that too by some of the diplomats. If they know that Ghana, Ghana do not sign on to a allowing LGBT to exist, then they won't give them money. And I just say, Ghana never suffer. Yes, sir. Because we don't agree. They call the People's Parliament. They represent Ghana. Almost like there be. Is the punishment as and emphasis in war say. Me make us say, if you are caught, you should go for mental aid. You know, instead of saying that I'm jailing you just for jailing you sake. It is criminal. We'll make it a crime. But maybe you go to a mental psychiatric treatment. Because I don't make a phone him say a idea a human. Yeah, it's not a human behavior. And to statistics be they used to call it anyone who has a unnatural carnal knowledge of another then that time they used to condemn. What has changed? Because their own people, some of them who believed in this rubbish. The president should sign it. But you see, either they modify the punishment. Because the whole say if you just jail a person and it's a woman or you are reading in the trima, now we don't call two prisoners. Prison buy more than that. What I say. And you need to look at the health aspect of this thing and look at the mental state of the person.
But I think Zembrano a booth wabra yechuasono. Na someone so
and yama yechuason.
Na ye the someone
because psychiatric they can keep you there as an inmate. So they will treat you away, they get you out of that problem. But the only thing that I agree that we shouldn't accept is for people to come and promote it in our country. I don't know. People do it I brought from in Netherlands and other places. Small boys. I know so many things like this going on in the country. There are escorts, men as escorts for Ghana. Why is that happening? If you go to some of the hotels, they even provide escorts to foreigners.
Wouldn't be the president the Kufuor watch our you. I didn't watch our
minim I did watch our Oslo best sign.
I didn't know what was
Ghana for leader. Because he's talking to the Western, and no can the man sign because of that punity.
I didn't know what's a concern.
When concern.
The Western world nakano. I didn't know what's a boy. No, I didn't know what's a concern.
We don't live in isolation.
I get that.
As a nation. We are an international community.
Yes.
And ebinimu pushy, ebinimu kasana say massa. We are. These are some of the negatives. If he likes, he should tell Ghanaians what he thinks is going to happen to Ghana if he signs that. He should come out and tell us. And then Ghanaians will then tell you what we think. President Mills,
yes,
he made a comment about that thing. And he was very emphatic. You don't tie this to any aid to us. Because it's not our culture. And we will not agree to that one. And either the president is firm. He even made that statement before. Or say not under my
tenure,
presidency. Will that thing become happen? Say you best sign it on to LGBT. And it's obedi. Now the problem right now is the content of the private members bill. Now personal. Now if he has an issue, he's the president. He should go to the parliament. He can say that I'm coming to parliament to deal with this matter. If he's bold enough and tell parliamentarians there, I have an issue. You can have it privately with them, but I think he should confront the issue. If he has a problem, what is your problem, Mr. President? Again, the Wusro, until one person was signing idea because Obibe Boana signed it. Ghanaians representatives have signed the Yapineso. They voted, and it was unanimous. So, where does that leave you? Also say because you want to please the Western world. I guess that's the main reason. And these are all threats. Because 3 billion World Bank.
Budget support.
2 tranches. Which other 3 billion are we talking about?
Budget support within a span of 5 years.
And they should prove it to us that the World Bank said that they won't give you that money. It's all lies. This government they tell a lot of lies, and we get to know, say, and try no moody. So we need to face them frontally. And for me, it is not because if you look at the whole NDC ninety, if President Mahama is doing something that for me it will not inure to the ear of Gambia, I will tell him in the face.
So in this case,
that you are wrong.
One face you. In this case, in
peace. They are representing us. We can't have 30 million people going to confront the president. But our representatives, 275, including the MPP forum, they all signed into this thing. They should confront the issue. They should stop hiding. They should just stop allowing people to lie to us. I mean, the same way.
Yeah, quite. The last one, Abana, Betrono, and Casa around. Here say was a question was from your council. French me, prefer your dine wedding, and in the end, no, you have between and Yaho. This year, dear, no, Uhunu and Century be a chess, Sano Maya, Pedia, and Sabeka.
Let me put it this way. If the Electoral Commissioner, she's patriotic enough and cares about the stability of this country, and she should just do what the law allows her to do in the interest of Ghana. Simple. With Jumano, you know what it entails. You do have IPAC, Mudim Komo. Just make sure that all parties agree in principle. Say, this is the way Ghana. Because elections, and this particular election, if she's listening, she should listen hard. Because of the year in the past, and then police for guard for 4 years. Police for cast 4 years. Unless she doesn't want to live in Ghana again. She should just do what is right. Our parties to the IPAC for any or no Oman Atenase na obi agiatum editum. Now you follow procedure. May the best or may the person that the people of Ghana want win.
I said not saying how much I say about IPAC. Omo calendar ikra no money Oman Atenase here. Is that not a sign?
No. We do have issues that maybe not only the Electoral Commissioner is responsible for that. Easy for, and I want to use this platform to send a strong signal to all manner of people who handle the electoral process, from branch or polling station all the way to headquarters. Do not engage in any corrupt act that could endanger your life. That is money warning to them. In some of the by-elections, police ni obi ajiska yisi ni ajiska and police ni jiska ni free them. I say ye the man keke. Please, we are EC officer.
Embassy na assembly kunko. Yenye ne hwe.
Yenye ne hwe. Yeah. And then yenye ne hwe ndem edoso. I mean yekum nipa techiman sa. De be no ma ye. Ubisa won maka so yeguso. 4 years yeguso ya hwe case. Ude obi nko shoot police ni ba ko nde. Ochina nko abegina court.
Yeah.
They will find the person. So the police too have a job to do. The police, the EC, anybody who has to do with the electoral process, do not engage in any corrupt act. You are endangering your life. You are
endangering your life.
They are endangering people. Somebody can kill you for doing that.
Hey,
I'm serious.
Kill Sasai.
The people are so angry with the way a buying way a treaty Ghanaians. The way they run this country. The way go and see how they are building houses now. They want to invest their money in those huge buildings. Now, it's normal London Sikano, which is almost maybe I legit.
That's someone that does the way.
I can see the buildings. Who was in I have the cranes echo around. Laboni here. Who to me whom be such huge properties.
But we see it.
We didn't make the MPP for now because ya chibida sike guni impasi guni fie. Since that time, no, there are about 4 or 5 others, but they see me and can't because omo can Ghana for because omo wie sika. 4 or 5 ministers. Omo for ku wie omo sika. Yeah, because some people decide to go to their homes, go and take. The money belongs to Ghana. People have gone there with guns. They have robbed them. But who are they to come and talk? Because almost at the time, MPP are there more. And the member can say they've decided now to put their money instead of putting the money under their beds. And they could a would call banks away them because they don't say the millions never. Who just can't wait? They cannot answer. And the FCC are dying. They're probably using some surrogate phobia owners be until we will not immediately trace it to them. But you see, they can continue doing those things. But Ghanaians are wise and they are very angry. Until I may want to say, electoral process, and call the finchim. We are electoral officer, we are police ni. I see Munkohe elections ni and to abandon finchim. Now say we try any funny tricks that you could just na ya can't one side there. And then they told no to me told there and whoever will deal with you. Because seriously joking, I mean talking, people are pissed off. Who tries to be Riamia, I'll deal with you the way I want to deal with
but then it's a lawless country now, I don't know. Banana Republic. But where your Maya, your dim brand, yeah, Juba.
But fantastic. So I am using this platform to send a message to them. The moment here.
I don't want to post for Intra. Are you threatening them?
It's not threatening them. Do the right thing. If you do the wrong thing, you can have repercussions. That's what I'm trying to tell them. Do the right thing. We have mistakes. Say who could this can't who could Danny BBC and now could say let's be two no for buy. Why would you? That is the position. People should send those signals because I've seen it. You who say Ubia Jessica ma police follow Jessica no war. Nipa kun say or Jessica no ma for what?
But your excellency, you can say here then you build trust and confidence in the system.
In what system?
I mean, system we
are witnessing the nonsense in the country and you say we can't talk about it. We are witnessing the nonsense in our country. So we should keep quiet. You know the saying that evil thrives when good men do nothing. So I am saying that I will not engage in it, but don't engage in it. If you receive money in your home to come and falsify documents during elections, meaning this 2024 elections, then you are endangering yourself.
Okay. Messages are hold about. It be a question. Say, Mao. We say, Kwame, good morning to you and the High Commissioner, Victor Smith. Please, the NDC's opposition to what the Kufuado was promising as free SHS was valid then and still valid today. And Kufuado was saying that it was going to be so free that all that our children needed to do was to bath and go to school. This has been found to be false today. Today, Africa Education Watch reports that an average parent pays as much as 73% of the total cost of their wards SHS education. School discipline has fallen. Quality has also been reduced to the passage of writing of Ghana's local version of Wasi. And I'll say, let's also not forget that the NDC and President Mahama implemented free SHS and was commended by Ekufuado and UNESCO. Where your dignity rise, MSA, but we say NDC will do it. We want 3-shift system, please. We say, ask Ambassador Victor Smith what they are doing to ensure that polling agents and those who are placed at strategic position will not go and drink tea and come and give excuses. Messenger, a free Alfredo Eba. We say more about so home modern Kwasi Francis and the messenger of the free Taifa was what Kasapa and net. And I feel so Kwablavi as the message about say His Excellency Victor Smith MIA about home modern pa. Messages Libya Abanono. They walk up for yet most of us said here. NDC said about ya. Young got to abandon Namonsa excuse.
Oh,
say ye num tea.
You're capturing ya in vigilance. Okay. Strong room or no. Macau hopping 2008. We won the election. I was there with Rojo and the rest. 2024, I will go to the strong room. I promise Ghanaians that nobody will cheat us. But before we get to the strong room, we would have won the elections already at the polling station. What we want our agents to understand It say, "Yeah, to abani we are. Everybody's pink sheet is available, picked up. We know the figures. If we lose, we would accept it. But the way Ghana is going right now, you can even see. You don't need an Einstein to come and tell you, say, Nkoye ma MPP. Nkoye ma MPP. So, I mean, who said a Vice President Bawumia, sort of thing. I think right now he's beginning to understand, say, Nkoye, but he has to just try.
You mean Vice President
Bawumia?
Oh,
I think he's just trying.
And then I just saw
because on him say Nkoye, by trying to shift the blame, no, that is the beginning of trouble for him. What I say, if you are part of a government, that's a amount for two Dwabo Ase. I indicated to them when Minkah, Kennedy Japan was contesting him. He fired some shots at the way the country has been run by this administration. And I told him that, it was an indictment. It's an indictment if one of you in a contest and a strong person like Kennedy Japan within their party, you say that it's an indictment. So on what basis are you going to, which legacy are you going to campaign on when you were vice president to that government which has failed?
Also, the end of digitalization and President Kufuor say Ghana Dutch no one ejina and until now what is so you know Bawumia Ghana Dutch President Kufuor ex-President Kufuor.
When Obi Kofa Penny more President Kufuor baby Emma to help you, I presume. Emma, but waka can't hear. Some of these internal things, probably I wouldn't have to speak about them here. Did you know any the Kofana a Oman Nekufa de Bumain? Oman Tuana Mompa.
It was more for so much.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They can't just say that, okay, we have failed, so we withdraw. You don't see that very often in Africa. We look at with your man, yeah,
I got to about married.
Married rock. Main contest. It doesn't happen very often, especially when Sikano and your wow Sikana with your campaign. Say a wow put them Sika. Over dream once and I didn't me for the best can coach him. What I say, oh, ye be business and Miss Kwame Minkah support. He knows I did be failure. Who for Sika him? Yeah, because who to Sika go? Yeah, Papa no MP before na atuaba. And I must say, not in the beko. Medium say, Omuni GDA wonumu as a person. Because if he was bold enough, a serious person for Ghana, and at the time now they were running this country, and Koye now even parliamentarians got up to say that you finance minister. You were the head of the colonial management team.
That's right.
You should have told the president long, said, as Papa your own Tuana Mompa. But me say Kennedy, no de Bawumia be joining Akufo-Addo. Kennedy. Ken of Kofa Bawumia.
I can for it. On a suggest say Bawumia ma President Akufo-Addo.
Yes. And TS and I said is the master. One major money. But was a one major money to see. And to why Dina until the MPs rose up against. Somehow no didn't chim MPs in inside. Some of the MPs now have told me, your friend wants our meeting. No. Now you're convincing one say Omunja Assembly. They picked almost person you if you almost seats for signing that about over 80 people. The intention was to change some MPC. And you saw that so many of them lost.
Yeah.
But the almost catch them, Jina printing almost sit in the back. Because they've sort of challenged the president's appointee. These are kind of the problems that we have.
Very well. Yeah, come on here. You see here, yeah. Medo Ase, His Excellency Victor Smith. Any bra when you mind, and now when you didn't come on, and Nantepa. Yeah, we don't have baby. There's more. What can some more?
There's more.
Medo Ase, pa. I was your honey at the Mubes. What change boy, ya boy, be as someone. I want Dania Frafranto free a year or soon in chain. As I say, what Dania Frafranto. Ochra, ya didn't bet you what I say, what baby. His Excellency Victor Smith etino. One ya didn't bet you not yenno. I commando pay with Dwabo Ase power 97.9 and I feel so. TV XYZ. But answer the Ebekono, Anthony, all right, Anthony, Yekwe, Efa taxi, every Timbu market. Na no se ne ho shedam fa no nanko or the Tazino edene ko Ablikuma Olebu. Na Anthony Eja ne Infinix phone. Ewo taxi ni mo enra around 1 p.m. Eti taxi driver would tie ye, say be a would tie Power FM and I say Oshe wo TV XYZ. Mesro Anthony Yekwe ne phone ya waja wo kai mu of around 1 p.m. Now what do free a yet Timbu market total filling station and they call Ablekuma Olebu. One and another than any other and we just say Infinix phone. It will say be a woman Infinix phone ewo kai mu. Now who baby on phone call myself Fabre ewo Power FM you will shoot Abraham Street with a bra Busheni Nensabeka. Madam say aha ena yedi dwumadi no besi but number what did Jaya say ubetimi afre wo so 0243 156018 0243 156018 what a bar yebema handsome reward it is taxi driver would tie me when the phone ba wasumye so ye the handsome reward be ebema madam say yebeti atena yame yadwa bye bye.